when you start looking at the food system globally, how it has changed over the last decade, commercialization, high-tech farming, new chemicals, new methods has created a very corporatized food system, which in many sense is like a factory farms. They are factory farms, right? Producing food out for the people, which sometimes, while it can feed the global population, sometimes there are challenges within this. So with those understanding, I came back to Singapore to look at what was possible in our small little island. So we sometimes have to ask ourselves, as a major consumption powerhouse like Singapore, we need to have some responsibility on how the environment is being dealt with because of our demand for food. So what we have done over the last 9 years was to really look at how we can bring edible gardening and urban agriculture into the city center using 3 core principles of sustainability, creating environmental impact, and community engagement. And over time, you can see some of the rooftops that we have worked on using these philosophies of nitrogen fixing with legumes and then digging them in as fertilizer. You start to see these spaces change, into really productive spaces and very biodiverse spaces. We looked at also how do we activate underutilized spaces under the bridge with indoor farming. But really, it's what we see is the people, the disconnection between Singaporeans and farming and the knowledge between that. And we wanted to bridge that a lot more by providing spaces and activities and programs like for schools, for kids as well, take them away from the iPad, get them into the garden to do some work. So when you're growing your own food, you're not only sustaining yourself, nutritionally, but also mentally as well, because you're out there in nature, in community of like-minded people, and can be a very beautiful experience. And I just want to leave everyone a last quote. The ultimate goal of farming is not the growing of crops, but the cultivation and perfection of human beings. And that's what really urban agriculture is all about.